the 2016 Distributech in Orlando, Florida, and we're here with the SGIP President and CEO, Sharon Allen. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you. So tell me a little bit about the organization and what it stands for.
So SGIP, we are a nonprofit. We're a 501c3, and the focus of the organization is advancing, accelerating grid modernization. So we are a very diverse set of stakeholders. So I think one thing that's unique about our nonprofit is our members are regulators, they're utilities, they're vendors, the national labs, governments. We have service providers. And so what we aim to do is to accelerate grid modernization by bringing the ecosystem that participates in the industry together to work on things that are important to our industry, to remove those barriers, and to get better collaboration and interoperability of system components.
So tell me about some of the accomplishments you guys have experienced in 2015.
So 2015 for me was my first year on board for SGIP, and I came on and the industry has had a lot of different things happen. And so I think one of the things that we did after I came on in 2015 was to look back out to the industry, who I consider the market participants as really our clients, to say what's important to you. And I focused the organization around three main themes last year. One was in terms of how do we drive interoperability in the field to make ready for distributed energy resources. And we launched a program called Open FMB, of which anybody who's at Distributech could go by the Duke booth and see them and their coalition of the willing partners to see that coming through fruition for the hard work that's happened with all those participants this year. The other thing that we did is we focused on cybersecurity as we have more integration and connected devices. Cybersecurity's always been important, but it becomes more top of mind. And last but not least, as we start to look at these automation projects, how you test them. And year end, in December, we released the North America Testbed Report that depicts what's going on across North America, who's doing what are their capabilities. We found out there's a lot of testing around distributed energy resources, which we weren't surprised. And the positive thing that we came out of our report is that the majority of the people said they're willing to collaborate with each other, and we find that a great thing because it means that no one company or utility has to outlay all the capital if we go to more of a federated approach to testing. So 2015 was a really good year of focusing down. We brought a lot of the utilities back to the table to listen to them and understand what was important to them. And for that, we're going to be building upon it now in 2016.
That was a busy 2015.
It was a busy 2015.
Wow,
it was.
That's impressive. So going forward with what you just said, what kind of accomplishments do you look to achieve for 2016?
So we're going to build upon Open FMB. Right now, that's going through the NASB process. We would look for it to pop out as a standard. We would look that next year at Distributech, there wouldn't be 25 in the coalition of the willing. We would look to expand that to a much greater number participating and showing how, as companies, their pieces work with each other. The other thing that we did at this Distributech this year is we launched a new working group that is utility focused, and the name of the working group is the Grid Management Working Group. It's made up of utilities, and the whole focus is around driving use cases and requirements for what are the requirements for utilities of the future as they have a higher penetration of DER in their networks, and what are the things that need to change. So we were really excited to kick that off this year at Distributech and have a number of utilities show up and come to that meeting as we begin to kind of kick that program off. The other thing that we look to do is in the DOE $220 million that was announced by the Secretary of Energy, the Grid Modernization Lab call that recently was announced about 2 months ago. SGIP was named in 4 of those projects, so we will be looking to collaborate not just with the national labs, but the industry players who are part of that. We are also going to build upon our testbed report. We are working with a group of utilities to look at what's the practical guideline for how you implement cybersecurity frameworks and test frames. And so we're really excited about that. So I would say it's building upon a lot of the stuff we did in 2015, yet we've kicked off a new working group that's going to help our utility clients and the rest of the ecosystem around DER.
Sounds like we're going to have a really great update in 2017 about how 2016 went.
I hope so.
Well, so tell me a little bit about why would I be a member?
So you know, that's what I always tell everyone. There are a lot of nonprofits and there's a lot of industry consortium. Why someone should think about and consider our membership is we're not targeted at just helping vendors sell more product. We're not targeted at utilities going alone. What our focus is trying to work across this mixed stakeholder between regulators, vendors, labs. And so we believe anybody who has a common vision to accelerate grid modernization and wants to collaborate with fellow utilities, fellow vendors, help with addressing some of the issues we have on the policy side and bringing education programs, that we believe this is the organization to be part of, to grow your network and to share your lessons learned and help make an impact and a difference. We think by working together, it will help us to accelerate versus one company trying to do it. One voice is certainly not as powerful as when you have a united voice of the best in the market in terms of industry participants.
Sounds exciting. Okay, so tell me, because we've gone over quite a bit of accomplishments and goals, tell me a website where we can send folks for a little bit more information.
So anybody who's interested can go to our website. It is www.sgip.org. And you can find out anything about SGIP and you can sign up and join if you're interested in becoming a member.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time and thank you for a little education. That was wonderful.
Thank you, Amy. Appreciate it.